Hey, what's up everybody, what's going on? John here. Windows 11 is now officially with us, and if you're in the dev channel, you've already received a preview of this operating system. But if you're not in the dev channel, then you have to wait until maybe early 2022 to receive a copy of this new operating system. But it's always good to have a preview of what you expect as soon as you receive this operating system. Windows 11 has received a new interface and a few things have been moved around. So using Windows 11 might seem a little bit overwhelming when getting started. So this video is just a getting started to Windows 11 tutorial that is meant to help you know your way around the new Windows 11 operating system and the new changes that you might expect. And so without so much ado, let's get started. One of the very noticeable change in Windows 11 is the positioning of the start button. In previous Windows, we have been used to the start button being on the left, but right now it will be positioned at the center by default, though you can also be able to move it to the left. We will be seeing how you can be able to do that in the settings app. So right now, if I click on the start button, which has a new design, you see now it is colored, and upon clicking on it, of course, as usual, you're going to see the start. If I click on it, you see some animation, and the start menu will appear also with a different animation. And unlike what you are used to Windows 10, we no longer have the file tiles or the app tiles. Right now, what you're going to find on top here is the pinned applications. So these are applications that you might be using more frequently, and these will be suggested by Microsoft, though you can also be able to add yours. If you want to see more applications that are installed in your computer, all you need to do is to head on top here and click on all applications. This will open a list of all the applications that are installed in your computer, of course arranged in alphabetical order. You can also be able to click on a specific letter, just like we are doing in Windows 10, and pick on a certain letter based on the application that you want to open. If you're done, you can just click on this to get back. Now below here you're going to see recommended. These are the recommended files that maybe you have opened frequently, or you open frequently or recently, and Microsoft will have them suggested below here. If you ask me, this is a very nice thing, because it will help you to easily pick up from something that you have been working on. And this is not all. You can be able to click on more, and this will show you even a larger list of recommended applications, and even when you open them. Now if I get back, you're also going to see down here we have now the user account, and if I click on it, I can be able to change the account settings. I can be able to lock, I can be able to sign out. On this other end, I have the power button, from where I can be able to sleep to make the computer sleep, to shut it down, and also to restart. The settings app will not be here by default. I've just added it because I use it more frequently. I'll be showing you in a second how you can be able to add those applications that you use more frequently down here, like the File Explorer or any other file or app that you use more frequently. Of course, they will be limited. Alright, so moving on to the next thing, you'll also notice that apart from the icons being centered, they also have a new there's a new way of noticing those applications that are pinned and those that are currently running. You'll notice that currently I have Camtasia, of course, which is the application that I'm using to record this video. Currently the window that is active is the Camtasia recording. As you can see, it appears with a blue line, unlike the Camtasia program, which is now the video editor, which is still open but not active, and the line is appearing in gray. So that's something else that you're also going to notice. We'll be seeing much of that as we continue. So the window that is active will be appearing with a blue line, while the one that is not active but it is open will be appearing with some sort of a gray line. Of course, they'll be having some animations. So for instance, if I come and open the file explorer, you see when I click on it, it is some sort of bounces a little bit, and now as you can see, because it is on that is active, it is appearing with that blue line at the bottom there. If I happen to minimize that, you'll notice again there is that special an animation, which I think is very, very cool. The same animation will also be noticed, like for instance, when you click the search. So when you click on the search, you'll also notice that it will have some sort of animation, which I think is also very, very nice. And if the search window is open, you'll notice that the search icon will be colored. But if I come and close that, you notice now that the color of the search icon will change to just pure black. Alright, so those are the applications. Right now we can move on to the notification area, which has also received a significant change. Right now, because I'm recording, you notice that I have these recording icon here, which shows me the application that is currently recording. In this case is Camtasia 2020. I can also be able to close it from there if I don't want it to continue recording. You'll also notice that now here we have the network icon, we have the speak icon, and also the battery icon. And if I click on or point on each and every one, I'll be seeing the information about that specific icon. Like if it is the internet, I'll be shown no connected to the internet. If I go to the speaker, I'll see the high definition audio and the volume of that. If I go to the battery, I'll also be able to see that. But upon clicking on it, or when you're just pointing at it, you just see it to be one thing. And if I click on it just like that, you'll notice now this thing appear. Unlike before, when you had to click on a certain specific thing here in Windows 10. Now when you click on this, it is going to now open this, where you're going to see your network status, the Bluetooth status, the airplane mode, battery saver, alarm only, night, and also you can be able to add more. But before we add more, let us look at the volume. You can be able to adjust now the volume from here. This looks so nice. You can also be able to expand it from here. So this will again show you the various speakers that you will have attached. You can also be able to play around with the brightness again from this end, and it's also from this end that you're also seeing the battery percentage. You see the battery percentage here. So as you can notice, this is just a preview of Windows 11, and it might have a few bugs here and here, or here and there, which of course Microsoft is working to fix. If I click on this will help me to quickly edit what I should see in this specific area here. So if I come and click on this, all of these now will appear like this. And if, say for example, I don't want to see the airplane mode, I can just come and click on it, and that will be gone. So if I want to add any other stuff here that I need instead of the airplane mode, I can just come down here and click on the add, and I'll have a list of the items that I can be able to add. Say for instance, I want to add the mobile hotspot, so I can just come and click on mobile hotspot, and that should be added there. So if I'm done adding whatever I want to add, I can just come and click on done, and that should appear in that specific area here. Of course, now when you click on this will now open all the settings up, where you can be able to do even more settings. Now you'll also notice now that we have the time and the clock here. Upon of course clicking on it, I'll be shown the day and the month and the year. If I click on it, this of course, as we're used to, should open the calendar, but as you can see now, the calendar has a new look. I can also be able to come and click on this to just expand it a little bit. I can of course be able to move it around. Yes, and I think this looks a bit better than what we had before. Here we also have no new notification. So this is the notification area, and like before we had a specific icon, right now we don't have it. So if you have any notification, you're just going to see a number or the number of notifications that you have. Right now, as you can also see, the focus assist is on. So if I come and click on this, we should be able to see that. So if I come and click on this, that should be hidden there. If I click on it again, it should appear there. So it's just showing me that I have enabled the focus assist. We also used to this part being where you can be able to easily get back to the desktop. There was a visible line in Windows 10 and the previous versions of Windows, but right now in Windows 11 you don't have it. That is physically, but it is there because, like for instance, if you just come and point at it here, you're going to see a very thin line appear, and it will have that ribbon show desktop. Of course, upon clicking on it, you should get back to the desktop. If you had, say, some stuff open, like if I have the File Explorer open and then I just come and click on this, as you would expect, this will take you back to the desktop. So those are some of the changes that you'll notice again in the taskbar. So there are some things that there are things that we have been used to, although now the way of going around them, the way of accessing them is now slightly different, and that's the reason that I have this video, just to show you some of these things, so that as you get started with the Windows 11, things will be a bit smoother for you. Next, we look at the File Explorer, which has also received a significant change, starting with the look of the files, or the folders rather. You'll notice that now they will be colored. These are changes that we have seen in the Windows 10 21 H1, which is yet to be released. Of course, it is expected to be released later this year, but we are seeing some of the changes in all the Windows 11. But the other bigger change that you'll notice in the File Explorer is that we no longer have the ribbon that we have been used to in the previous versions of Windows. We only have this list of items here, and say for instance I want to open or create a new folder, I can just come and click on this, and from here I can be able to create a new item. Right now, because I'm in this PC location, of course I cannot be able to create something, but say for instance I come and open my music folder, and say I want to come and create a new file within that location. Then if I click on this new, I can be able to create a new folder. I can also be able to create a new items, for instance a folder. Of course, these are repetition. I hope this is something that Microsoft is going to fix, because you have a folder here and you have also another one here, but I don't know what they are thinking. But you can be able to create a new item, as you can see, of course, in this specific location. If I have a specific item, let me get to the documents. Hope I have something in this location here. You'll notice that if I come and select on a specific item, we have now these options here being active. I can be able to cut, I can be able to copy, I can be able to rename, I can be able to share, and of course deleting. I can also be able to sort these items by name, date modified, or even group by name, type, and all that. Of course, I can also be able to view or change the viewing modes to extra large, large icons. I can also be able to have the compact view. If you notice, in this list we have some significant spacing in between the items. Some people may not like this, and for that reason Microsoft has seen 8 feet to provide a compact view, which helps you to get back to the older way of listing the items, in which case you're not going to have the spacing. For me, I don't see it looking nice, and it is for that reason that I'll just have it back to the current way of having them, that is having the spaces between the items. I think for me it just they just look more readable unlike when we have it in compact view. But all this is upon you. You can just have it in whichever way that you want. So if I come and click on this, I can be able to, of course, compress, copy the path, select all the properties and all that items. So this is just the new file explorer, and I think it just looks so nice. Now the other bigger change that you'll also notice in Windows 11 is the search. So in the latest versions of Windows 10, the start button and the search have been separated, and we see that also in Windows 11. One of the bigger change that you'll also notice with the search button is that when you hover over it, this window will open here. There will be some suggestions of some applications. This could be what you'll be looking for, or you're looking for, and this means that you will not be able to search. You can just come and click on it to open, but if it is not being recommended or suggested down here, you can go ahead and click on the search, and this now should open the full search window. And unlike in Windows 10, where the search ribbon or bar or box was appearing at the bottom, right now it is appearing on top here. Of course, you'll have the specific areas where you're searching the specific item. All will be selected by default, but of course, as usual, you can be able to pick the apps, documents, settings, and you can also be able to click on the more to see a list of even more applications. So let me just get back to all. I can just come and try to search, say, for an application like Word, and you're going to see it, of course, as usual, the best match appearing here. Some other applications that will have the word that you have searched, the application that you have searched, and the various opening options. You can be able to pin it and even uninstall it from this area here. Now we are moving on to the next thing, and that is the settings. So the settings app, you can be able to access the settings app using different ways. The easiest way is using the keyboard shortcut, which is the Windows logo plus I, which I like using most. But you can also be able to come and click on the notification area here, and you'll be able to access the settings. I've also been able to add it in the start button. I'll be showing you how you do that. I've also added it here so that I'll have a quick access to it. But all that said and done, I'll just use the keyboard shortcut, that is the Windows logo plus I. This will open the settings app. So this is the new look of the new Microsoft Windows 10 settings app. As you're going to notice, on the left here we have the setting groups, starting from system all the way to the Windows update. Upon clicking on a setting, the settings options will appear in this list here. Again, if you come and click on the display, again it should show you a list of the settings that are specific to that specific setting that you have selected here. So if I click on the display, this should open again this list of settings. This is under system and display, and from here, as you can notice, I can be able to adjust the brightness, turn on and off the night mode, the HDR, among other settings, including the scale and layout, where I can be able to change the scale, the display orientation, and also advanced display. Now I can also go to Bluetooth, and I'm going to see the same thing. Network and internet, I'll also have the same thing. So it's also from here, as you can see, you can be able to turn on and off the network. You can also be able to troubleshoot from these settings. So if I go to personalization, where I want to put some little emphasis on, you notice that Microsoft has added some new themes in the new Windows 11. So these are the new themes for the Windows 11. So we have a light and a dark mode. You also have some other themes that you can choose. So of course, if you choose one, you'll be previewing it from this end here. You can also be able to change the background image, and this is also something that has changed. The background image has also received a significant change. I think it looks a bit nice, but just like we're used to, you can have a background image being a solid color or a slideshow or a picture. So if it is a picture, you're going to have your recent images appearing here. If you don't have any current, you can just click on the browse to select your favorite image that you would like to appear as your background. You can also be able to come, of course, choose whether it will be stretched, filled, or appearing as styles, and plus some other related options down there. Now, if I get back still under personalization, we can also be able to, of course, see the colors, the themes, and all that. But what I'm just interested with in these personalization settings is the start, which we know has received a big change. If I click on the start, here I have some few options. I can be able to show recently added apps. By default to be off, but I can turn it on. So this means that if I come and click on the start button here, and then I head on to all apps, right here I should see a list of the recently added apps. Show recently added apps. So currently I don't have any recently added app, and it is for that reason that we are not going to see anything here. So let me just go on to show most used apps. So if I just come and turn that on, I click on the start button, all apps, so I should see most used apps or the recently used apps. So this is, I think, something that Microsoft will have to fix, because we cannot see the whole of this phrase here, but at least we can see a list of the recently used applications. So you can choose to have that on or off. That is under personalization and under start. Of course, this is something that we were able to do still in Windows 10, but there is a new way of doing it. Now below that we have show recently opened items in start, jump list, and file explorer. In my case I have it on, and it is for that reason that if I go to the start button right here, I'm not going to see any recommended applications. I'm being told that the more you use your device, the more will show you recent files here. So we have not used the operating system as much, and for that reason I'm not going to see a list of those files appearing there. Now the next thing is the folders. This is what I was telling you, that you can have those files or those applications that you use more frequently appearing next to the power button. So say for example I come and click on this. So this should take me to this specific area here. So let me just click on it again. So this should take me here, and as you can see, the settings app is on, and if we read on top, it is saying shows which folders appear on the start and next to the power button. So currently the settings app is on, and if I come and check it, I should see it down there. If I want to have this file explorer, I can also have it on as well. So if I come and click on the start button, I should see it appear there. So if I don't want it, of course I can just come and turn it off from there. So those are some of the customization, personal customizations that you can do on your taskbar, just to help make your work easier. So still on personalization, we can go to the taskbar, and you can also be able to choose to show or hide the buttons that appear on the taskbar. So in my case, I only have the search icon appearing here because I use it more frequently, so I'll have it on. I have the task view and the widgets off, but I can be able to come and turn on, and that should appear here. And of course the task view will help me to view the various tasks that I have done in my machine. I can also be able to add desktops. I can be able to add the desktops here. I think this is the main aim of this task view in Windows 11, I guess so. So you can be able to add various desktops from here, and of course now it shows whichever desktop you want to use. There is also the widgets, which is something that has been added into Windows 11. So if I come and click on this, so that will have me with the widgets. So in my case I don't have it, so I don't need it rather, so I don't have it there. So if I come and click on this, of course this will show me a widget. This is something that was introduced in Windows 10 21H1, where you're going to see the weather, and it has been modernized in Windows 11, where you'll now have a dedicated icon in the taskbar that you can be able to use to view the news and the various or the weather in the current location that you are in. So in my case I'll just have it off because I don't think I need it for now. Taskbar icons, so you can be able to choose or to show or hide the icons that will appear on the corner of your taskbar. So if you want the pen menu to be appearing, then you can just turn that one on, and that one should be appearing, I think, somewhere here, the corner of the taskbar. So the touch keyboard, yes, so the touch keyboard is appearing there very well, yes. And we also have the taskbar corner overflow, so show or hide icons that appear in the taskbar corner overflow menu. So I think these are the icons that usually appears here when you start an application, so you can start or turn on those that will be doing that. For instance, when you start the Windows or when you start the various applications. So we also have a very importantly the taskbar behaviors. So they have added the taskbar behaviors, so this will have the taskbar alignment, badging, automatically hide or show multiple displays. So if I come and click on that, that should open a list of options here. So we have the very first options here being the taskbar alignment. So I can be able to choose from center, which is the default alignment, to left. So I can have the task or the start button moving to the left. If that is what you prefer, you can have it there, or just have it at the center, which I think is the current position, which I tend to like. I can also come and say automatically hide the taskbar. So if I don't want to show the taskbar, can also be able to show badges on unread messages counter on the task apps. So if that is something that I will want to do, hover or click on the far corner of the desktop, show the desktop. So this is something that in Windows 10 you are unable to remove, but in Windows 11 you can be able to, I think, remove that, and you'll not be able to see it anymore. But if you like, if you use it, then you can just have it over that area there. So that is how you can do some personalization. Of course, we have the apps settings, the accounts, and all that. And of course, we also have the Windows update, which is also very important. So this is where you can be able to come and check for new updates, of course, for bug fixes and new features. You can also be able to pause from here. So they have added now a quick way of being able to pause updates, unlike Windows 10, where you had to dig deep into the settings to find this, and also the checking updates, and of course being able to join the Windows Insider programs like I am, and that's why I'm seeing the Windows 11 plus all those other options there. Now let's get back to the start button or the start menu a retro. So I had mentioned about these pinned applications here, which by default will be suggested by Microsoft, though you can also be able to go to all apps and pick that application that you use more frequently. Say for example the music, I can just come and click on it, that is right click on it, and then I just come and click pin to start. So upon doing that, now that should have the application appearing on the pinned applications. If I want it to be pinned in the taskbar, just like we were doing in Windows 10, you just come and right click it, and then more, and then you can just come and say pin to taskbar, and that should have it appearing in the taskbar. If that is what you prefer. Of course, if you want to remove it, you can just come and click on unpin, and that should have it removed from the taskbar. So unpin from taskbar. Yes, so that should have it removed from the taskbar. Now, Windows 11 comes with a new way of snapping windows. This will just help you to become more productive. Now, in Windows 11, when you hover over the restore or the maximize button, you notice a bunch of stuff appearing. So these are just the new ways or the buttons that will help you to snap your windows. So right now I have several windows open, and I just want to show you how you'll be snapping them in Windows 11. So if I hover over here again, I just come and click on this, I'll have that window appear on the left, and then on this side here I have the other active or open windows, and I can just come and select on the one that I want. Maybe I just want to view them side by side. So if I want to shift this on this side so that it is bigger, like we have this, I can just come and hover over it like this, or hover over this like this, and then I can just come and click on this, and this one will have this appear on this side, and then I can just come and have this fitting on that smaller space. If I still want to print this area here twice, I can again just come on top here and have this appear at the bottom, and then now I can just also come and say, for instance, pick which one, maybe pick this one, so that will appear there. Let me come and pick the settings. See, I can also be able to scroll here so that I can pick the one that I want, and that now will have me having this up here, this open window here, and this open window here. So each and every window will have these options that will help you to easily snap your windows. So I can just be clicking on it like that to just have the apps appearing the way that I want them to appear. Yes, I can have all of the apps appearing the way that I would like them to appear. So this is just a new way of snapping windows. Let me see or know what you think about this new of snapping windows in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to sample your recommendations. We're just looking at the interfaces and the changes that we have in Windows 11, so that you're able to know your way around. You'll also notice the folder, the look of the folder, the design of the folder has also changed a little bit. Again, this is a change that we have seen in Windows 10 21H2, which is yet to be released, but if you're in the dev channel, I hope you have been able to see this. Like, we have a new look of the folder or the design, and if you want to notice whether there is anything stored within a folder, it will be having this white thing that you can see here, and if it doesn't have, this will mean that it doesn't have anything in it. The icon or the recycle bin is also another icon among many that has also received a design change, and it will now be looking like this. Of course, it will still continue to do what it was doing before. And that's all that I had for you in this short video about getting started with Windows 11. If there is anything noticeable in Windows 11 that I might have left out, kindly comment it in the comment section below, and I'll be more than glad to sample some of them and maybe even make a video on them. So as usual, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more such like videos.